guys, welcome to another YGOPro episode here. This is episode 23. It's me, Jam, aka Karatula3 here. Today we'll be doing Lunalights, otherwise known as Moonlights. When it comes to the TCG, this archetype is available, I believe, around May or something like that, in the set Shining Victories, which is the next core set that we're getting. And of course, these are the archetypes that Serena is using in the anime. We're also using some techers such as the Odd Eyes stuff. There's also the Odd Eyes Unicorn, which is also in the same set, should be in the same set, which plays a core part in this deck. So let's go and start explaining all the cards. First off, I think this is the best Lunalight monster that you can get, which is the Pendulum one with a 5 scale. Lunalight Tiger, if you put it in a scale, you can just resurrect a Lunalight monster from your graveyard. It's investigates a con attack and is destroyed at the end phase. Now, bear in mind that it's not a once per turn. A hard once per turn effect for the Lunalight Tigers on the scale, so you can pop that one and then get another one after popping the second one, the first one, and get the second one to resurrect even more monsters. So that's a great effect, and the monster effect is the only hard once per turn effect on it, which is similar to Perform H Plush Fire's effect, but it summons from the graveyard instead. So if it's been destroyed, even at a scale, it summons one from the graveyard. I don't think you can summon it itself. Oh wait, you can summon it itself. That's pretty good. And the second best one I think is Lunalight Blue Cat, although most of them are actually really good. I'll explain them in a sec. Blue Cat is a floater when it's being destroyed and sent to the graveyard by any card effects, including your own, which is why we're playing Sky Iris. We pop this card, that's the strategy of the deck. You'll see it on replays. Lunalight Blue Cat is destroy summon a Lunalight from your deck, and that is not once per turn, so you can keep on doing that as many as you want as long as you got targets in the deck. And also the other effect, if it's being spec'd, I believe that can miss time. No, that can't miss time. If it's been spec, you can target one Lunalight monster you control, double the attack, and that's very crucial for some OTKs. This deck is an OTK deck. You fuse into these ones. If you haven't seen the anime, Serena fuses into these, attacks the opponent's monsters, and they can't be destroyed with battle once per turn, or reduce the attack to 0. So it just deals a shit loads of damage in one turn. That's the strategy. Next one, I think this is also a really good one, which is Moonlight Black Sheep. I don't think any of its effects once per turn, which is really crucial for fusion decks like this one. Discard it from your hand, add one Lunalight monster from your graveyard. Rarely use that, but sometimes it's quite useful. From your graveyard to your hand, or add Poly. It's very important because you search Poly. Poly is the core part of this deck as well, since you need to fusion obviously to get the fusion monsters out and OTK your opponent. The other effect is an excellent effect. Which is, if it's been used as a poly material, you can just salvage one Lunalight monster from your graveyard, or face up on your pendulum scale. Sorry, not pendulum. One pendulum monster face up from your extra deck. That includes Lunalight Tiger. Let's say you pop it with Sky Iris, and then you can just get it back from your hand. Therefore, you can use it again, put it back on the pendulum scale, and then do more plays after that. And White Rabbit is also an excellent card. When it's been normal summon, only when it's been normal summon, not pendulum summon. So that's the only drawback really for the start card. Target one Lunalight monster from your graveyard, and then special summon it in defense position. And effects not negated, so it works out with Blue Cat or with Black Sheep, for example. What you usually do: discard Black Sheep, get Poly, summon this one, get Black Sheep, and then we do the second effect of White Rabbit. They're all these two are level 2s, which is to bounce as many of your opponent's back row equal to the amount of other Lunalight or Moonlight monsters you have. Therefore it doesn't count itself, which is alright because you usually have at least one when you normal summon it anyway. So it's very good for clearing back row for OTKs, to clear like Mirror Force and all those problem cards, since this deck relies a lot on the battle phase to do a lot of damage, and that's the main strategy. This card is extremely important for this deck, since it lets you clear the back row beforehand. Sorry. And the Crimson Fox is, if you use it as a poly material, you can target with your opponent's monsters to make the attack 0. Very crucial for doing some OTKs, because you make something a 0 attack, and then you attack with Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon, and that will deal 5,000 damage if it's attack position, of course. And the other effect is if your opponent targets a Lunalight monster, you can banish it from hand into graveyard and get to activation, and you both gain 1k life points instead. That's what it does. And we play one off of the Lunalight Wolf. It's got a restriction on the pendulum scale, which means you can't pendulum summon anything about Lunalight monsters. That's the only bad thing about it, but it gives piercing damage if it's a monster, and the other scale effect is it's basically Miracle Fusion by banishing Lunalight monsters. It's quite crucial sometimes, but it's unsearchable by Odd Eyes and stuff, so we don't really play that much. It's really good if you can do the Miracle Fusion, but it's also level 6, so you have to pretty much pendulum summon it most of the time unless you want tribute summon for it. And there we go, it gives your dudes piercing damage, so if your opponent keeps setting monsters, you can just do piercing damage if you get this card. And now, nice Unicorn, you don't use the monster effect, you know what's going to talk about, blah blah blah. You don't do the monster effect, you do the pendulum effect, which is, you don't do the pendulum effect, you do the pendulum scale number, which is 8. And it's also an odd ice monster. I'm pretty sure before about fans are familiar with this card, they've probably been using it in the testing build in YGOPro. So this card is really crucial because it's 8 scale, and it's also another target for Sky Irish for searching. Therefore, and it's also searchable by Obelisk Pendulum Dragon. That also awesome thing is Pendulum Dragon can search Lunalight Tiger, which we do a lot. I love the game, so that's the deck. The other perform power stuff, of course, other than these, is one Trump Witch because it's also a poly, it's repeatable, and it's once per turn. The only problem with that is the scale of her is 4, which is not that good. But because you got to have an unicorn on the other scale to make that count. But most of the time you want to keep Lunalight Tiger as the other scale. You can have these two as well on the scale. I mean, you can Pendulum Summon though. But the poly is very useful. If you run out of poly, poly can be scarce sometimes. If you don't know poly in some games, it's terrible. Also we play 3 tankies because these are all beast warriors. You can't search this because it's level 6, but these are all searchable. Most of the time search the pendulum one because as I said that's the most crucial one. And 3 trap cards, which is the Lunalight trap card. If your monster is destroyed, any monster, not just Lunalight monsters, you can search for 2 Lunalight cards, including 2 of the same ones. It's once per turn, but it combos with Sky Iris. You summon this, Sky Iris this, and pop it, and then get a search with this. It's a trap card though, so it's a bit slow. I was playing 2 at first, but put it up to 3 for more consistency. It's a bit slow, but that's the only trap card that we actually play. And 2 fusion recoveries for the follow-up play of the fusion is inconsistent card, but if you pull this off with this deck, it's a +1 unless you make Leo Dancer, which we'll talk about in a sec. A little darkness, half the deck is a Vart monster, so it usually doesn't run out on targets. You can search them as well with the Tankies. For back row, we use 1 MST and 1 Twin Twister. I was just using 1 Twin Twister at first, and 3 Eyes Sky Iris, and 1 Terraforming. But put in 1 MST because a lot of the back rows have been really annoying me. And this guy usually plays just 1 back row, and this one will deal with the other. And so this is just there to play 2 if you want. And one of the new cards in the new set, I believe, is Fusion Tag. Basically, what it does is you target one of your monsters you control. Yes, controller, you have to be on the field, and make that monster's name the same name as what you reveal in the fusion. In the extra deck, fusion deck, that's what it's called before. So you reveal a Lunalight Cat Dancer, that means you can fusion into Lunalight Panther Dancer. If you reveal a Lunalight Panther Dancer, you can fuse into the Leo Dancer. Keep in mind, Leo Dancer needs more materials than this guy, so most of the time you probably do Cat Dancer. So you copy Cat Dancer's name, and you can fuse into Panther Dancer. It's pretty much the same as, not the same, but close, no, it's not close to Prisma's effect. Prisma's different because you dump it from the deck, but it's something like that. It copies the name, but you have to reveal one from the extra deck, and it copies the name of a monster in the extra deck. And they have, I believe, we'll talk about most of the cards, yeah, pretty much have. Alright, let's go to the extra deck now. Let's talk about the Moonlight fusions first, because that's probably the one that you're curious about. This one, Cat Dancer, just needs 2 Lunalight monsters, anyone, so you can have 2 of the same ones. Most of the time, you fusion into this using a black sheep and a white rabbit. But fusioning with the Crimson Fox is good as well, since this card is very targetable. You can't miss for a battle, but most of the time your opponent will probably target it, or a Yugioh, destroy Mirror Force, Strength, blah blah blah. Destroy it. And the effect of it is when it attacks, it deals 100 damage. And it can attack all monsters your opponent controls if you tribute a Lunalight monster once each. So if you have a spare Lunalight monster, you tribute it, it can attack. It's like Bujin Tasty, so nowhere basically. And it will deal 100 damage each time. Now bear in mind, 100 damage is sometimes decent. It can add up to quite a lot if you attack with this, about 5 monsters for example, so it's really good. Definitely play 3 of this since you go into a second one most of the time, and if you do need a third one, it will pop up once every couple of games, so play 3. Keep in mind the extra deck room in this deck is pretty, not really, there's lots of plenty of room, and you can probably take out some of the fusions. These are pretty much spare room that I had. And we played 3 Panther Dancer. I was playing 2 at first, but I put in a third one because in one of the games I was playing, in a couple of hours I was testing it, like about 3 to 4 hours of testing it. I needed the third one, and I didn't have a third one, so I kind of lost the game. I believe that's one of the replays we're going to show you in a bit. Panther Dancer, I believe this is one of the easier ones to summon of the lot, because you need, this is the easiest one, but this is also quite easy to summon. You need a Cat Dancer or a fusion tag monster using Cat Dancer, and you can fuse into it by using only Lunalight monsters as the other material. And what you do with this is you can activate the effect in main phase 1 and make this card be able to attack all of the opponents. The opponent can't be destroyed by battle once, so you can attack into it, it doesn't get destroyed, and you attack into it again. Basically it treats most of the opponent's monsters as 101, since they can't be destroyed once by saving such a material. And that means that if they're in attack position, you can do 2-8 over it. It's pretty big, 2-8. Also can't be destroyed by battle, so they can't mirror force, source range on it, or YGOPro, etc. And if you have this guy, use this guy to fuse with this and that. Make this one, make something that's like 0 attack, and attack it twice. It's basically 2-8 to the face twice, 5600. So that's a lot of damage. And it also gets 200 attack at the end until the end of the battle phase if it does kill a monster. Bear in mind, you have to kill it after attacking it once, and then twice, and then kill it, and then it gets 200. So it goes to 3k. If your opponent's got another monster, you attack it again and attack it again. That's probably a game most of the time anyway. And the last one, we just play one. It's the best one, but it's most difficult to summon because you need 2 Lunalight monsters and a Panther Dancer. This is when the Miracle Fusion guy comes in. So if this is in the grave and you got 2 Lunalight monsters in the grave, you can just make this, because this is Miracle Fusion, it's the pendulum scale. What this one does, you can't be targeted or be destroyed, therefore the only way to get rid of it is to probably use like a trigger or kill it by combat using big monsters in it. So it's really strong. It's 3-5 and it can attack twice. And when it destroys a monster, it can destroy all special monsters your opponent controls. So that's pretty big for clearing. Similar to BLS, attack twice, but this one just pops all the special summon monsters in the field. Your own opponent's control, sorry. And there you have it. That's all the Lunalight fusions. I hope you understand their purpose and why we play these ratios. We play one Ice Vortex Dragon as well, because obviously we could play Poly or Trump Witch, etc. and fuse the pendulum monsters with the Odd Ice Pendulum Dragon and make Vortex Dragon. Most of the time we don't really fuse into it, since it's very defensive doing it, and this is a full offensive deck. As you can see, there's no back row or any hand traps. The main deck space is quite tight actually. I usually debate on taking out like a Twin Twister, then I start losing to back row like Vanities and I can't do anything, so I'll put in another Twin Twister or MSD. So I just went full offense onto this deck, so just one All-Ice Vortex Dragon. You can play a second one if you find yourself when you're testing this deck that you go into it quite often. Anyway, Xyz's time. Yeah, Shinky, I mean Sky Cavalry, because these two are level 2s. If you got something like a problem card that you can't get rid of, just bounce it to hand. One Castel is just a removal rank 4, and one of the awesome cards, Tiger King. I love these. These are level 4s, so you can just make Tiger King easily. And Tiger King is also good for negating shit that can't be destroyed, etc., like a Melodious Monster, for example, or getting rid of effects that give them attack, so you do more damage basically. And when you summon it, you get a 10 key as well, so that's a bonus. And of course, we're playing the new Utopia. I believe this is coming out soon in March, if you have the weekly Shonen Jump thing in the US. So this card is a core part of the deck in my opinion, since you go to 5k when you attack. What you do is you get Crimson Pox and you make something 0, and you can overlay into this, because that's probably going to be in the grave when you do this. And then you make this one, make Utopia Ray. Utopia Ray is just there because of the extra material. That means if you overlay this, overlay into this, and overlay into this, you can do the 5k thing twice. And as I said, we have a lot of extra deck rooms, so it's not much of a problem chucking that in. And the Top Lightning is also an Armades that goes to 5k, as I said. Very good card. And sometimes, since this one, Lunalight Tiger, it can resurrect the fusions as well, which is dumb. You resurrect the Cat Dancer usually, and then have an Odd Ice Pendulum Dragon. You can make a rank 7, which is probably the rank 7 that can get rid of a lot of problems like Big Eye. We can play Dracosack and stuff, but I don't really rank 7 that often, but sometimes you will. And Big Eye is probably the most important one to put into the deck. So there we go, that's the deck, and these are some suggestions that you can play. There's also one more Lunalight card that we don't play. This one can just give something 1k, and I don't use this, so I'm not sure about this effect. So give something 1k and banish it, and banish it from the grave, special one from your hand. So if it was summoned from the grave or deck, that would be quite good, but it's summoned from hand, so it's not really that important. Since we summon fusion monsters anyway, so. And the other cards you could play is, of course, Monkey Keeper or Skullcrobat. I couldn't find room for them for some reason, but Skullcrobat might be really good to search out odd eyes. Maybe take out. You need 3 polys, you definitely need 3 polys. I don't really know what to take out. A lot of people suggest you do fusion tags, but sometimes this card is dead, so maybe take that out, but leave it to that. And this is the replays I've been playing recently in the past few hours of testing it. Let's go with the first one. Keep in mind the problem with this YGOPro servers right now is they're playing the non-traditional, non-adjusted list. So Damage Juggler, Ptolemaeus, Flush Fire and all that shit's allowed. So people, when testing the decks, living in the past and not been exploiting this the way YGOPro has been doing it. So kind of annoying really. So now we're doing this. We're fusion to this, summon this, somewhat special summon this, and make this card's attack double. Oh, it's gone up. And we made a Tiger King here with the 2 level 4s that we had. And now we're going to do Tiger King's effect. I'm going to get tanky, and now we're going to get the effect of the non-beast warriors. That means they lose their attack boost. And we make a 491. And keep in mind, this 100 damage on attack, so Damage Juggler can just be dropped on it and destroyed it. Which is quite annoying really, because people will be playing Damage Juggler in the YGOPro servers, so it would have been maybe OTK if it wasn't like that. And now we're doing the Lunalight Tiger to resurrect back Blue Cat. So at the end phase gets destroyed, so Blue Cat's effect is destroyed by card effect, special summon it. Another one, so you summon a Tiger from the deck. And now they're doing the Battery Man combo. I've been playing Battery Man, Brilliant Fusion artifacts with banned cards like Damage Juggler. And they set it off backside, and we top deck MSC, so Slifer's going to annoy us by summoning himself and negating us from special summoning from the extra deck, that i.e. fusion summoning. So it's like that Tiger's going to resurrect this one. It makes this one double attack, and I'm going to sack this off, and now this can attack things one at a time, and can't be destroyed once, and then we're going to OTK them here because they left too many monsters in attack position, and we had stuff to double its attack like the Lunalight Blue Cat. As I said, this is second third best card. A lot of the cards are really good though, to be honest. We also had it all as really cool because Sky Irish. You can see in that game that Sky Irish was really important at activating our engine. And I believe this is a game against Jeff Jones. I mean, this Figgy love, not Jeff Jones, but as you see, Phantom Knights is really good. Recently they were like third place something in the UADS tournament, and this guy displayed Tekken Dark Law, which was quite of a problem. So we just had to clear it. Luckily, our Cat Dancer is exactly the same attack as Dark Law, and they can't be destroyed in battle, so we just crashed into it. And there you go, Dante just milling a lot of RNG. There's an RNG stuff going on. And Great Soul is going to put our face down poly. A lot of the time, if there's a dead poly in hand, I usually set them. Of course, this card can be destroyed by battle, so they're just going to do some damage here and set some back row to stop us for the next turn. We can't use Reincarnation Dines because it can't destroy a battle. There we go, it's up like a tanky. There's nothing really to search though, since we don't have any of the other combo pieces. And we have Twin Smiths, so we just search a Blue Cat here and we set that monster to store them. And also the track card combos with the Blue Cat, so if you have those two, you plus the +1 if they destroy it, or even if you got Sky Iris, even better, you +2. And now this guy's gonna just resurrect this one, and I'm gonna set in my turn to summon another one from the deck. At this point, we're just probably just stalling most of the time. This game is pretty stalling. We don't have a combo pieces, waiting for them to put stuff in attack position. Now they pop their own Dante and pop our Indestructible Battle card. This guy's gonna float and summon another one. I think I'm gonna run out of targets in the deck since there's already 3 in the grave, I believe. No. I don't know why I didn't summon that one. I think that's because I wanted that as a fusion material for later on to make the attack 0, the red one. They're gonna do the attack and Tunberg and make ground pulls to pop our Pendulum Scale, and of course, Pendulum Scale can be used to summon that guard. And the game just ended there. I don't know why. I believe I surrendered or they surrendered. Or I don't know. One of us timed out, so. That was just one of the strats you can do. If you want, you can stall for days with the deck. This one is against Despots with Alumbrage attackers. And you can start in the standard Despot 03 OTK. Despots, of course, can get to really hench monsters. very lucky that we had MST to stop the Storming Mirror Force, and we're going to special the Pendulum Ice Dragon, force the Despot 03 to go to 3k. Now our floating monster can now destroy the Despot 02, and now this is going to resurrect that one back, and this is going to get popped at the end of the turn, which will summon another one. So now we're walling up here. Having a blue cap and a Lunalight Tiger is pretty good. Hench rolls, 1200 as well, bigger than most of their spots, so they have to boost them. Now this guy's going to go to like 4-5, deals 2k damage. Despot 03 is going to boost 4-5, although it's defense position. We summon a Pendulum monster here, so they kill it, and it's also got big defense. So top decay, tanky here, which is really good. This is going to be normal summon, and summon this one. And double the attack of this to 4000, and now this one's going to resurrect another one, so we can make Tiger King here. I'm not really sure why I didn't search a tanky here. I think it was a misclick around here, if I can remember. And now this card's going to summon this one. Now we Pendulum summon all these Pendulum Dragons. Now that all the Despots are negated, we know which one to attack, the 500 ones, and then we just OTK them there. Since Tiger King was very helpful in that situation, as it negated Despot 04, so you can't dump stuff, and Despot 03 was forced to use both effects on 2 monsters which were irrelevant in the battle phase. This card was at 4k, so it just did 4-5. This guy doubles the battle damage, so it just did 4k, or 4-5, and this one was just a finishing blow to the opponent. And that's one against Despots here, and it wins. And now one against Cosmo. Cosmo is a really hard matchup, since they float and can't target their big monsters with the Crimson Tiger, which, speaking of, we use Druid. Now we're baiting out the Cosmo Tin Cat here, since Delta Destroyer is going to destroy that cat. It doesn't matter too much because cats go to summon another one. We're going to summon the Pendulum monster here, and the Sky Iris is going to pop it, and it's going to summon another cat in the graveyard. We're very... this game is not that good for us because we don't have a poly, which is why sometimes it's quite important to get a Trotwitch to fusion for us. And there you go, there's the stalling tactics with the floaty Lunalight Blue Cat. And their Cosmo Dog Fighter is snowballing. And now we're going to resurrect this using this card, and Cosmo Joe is going to get rid of one of our dudes and get rid of the cat. We've got 2 more though, to be honest, in the grave. And now we Pendulum, or it's Pendulum Dragon, and now the cat's going to summon this one again. And Dark Destroyer is going to come out. Their dude, and we make a 5k Armades to get rid of the Dark Destroyer. Very good. This card's coming in soon in the TCG. Very good against Cosmo. However, they have a Cold Hunter basically to get back a Dark Destroyer. And I believe this is GG. I don't know why they didn't just attack with a Farm Girl. They're doing some this game, that's why. I think it's because this guy can pop cards back row or something, but we did lose that game against Cosmo. It's a very difficult matchup. I think I lost another one as well. Not as bad as that one. This one is against Burning Abyss BA. You can see summoning the Sky Art, Sky Iris. We're spending on summon 8 Ice first position and search on Lunalight Tiger. Since we have a Lunalight Brave, so we can summon it next turn, and Sky Iris can summon more cards. We're just starting to getting over a Odd Eyes in defense position. Now we're going to Pendulum summon again. Unfortunately, they have a Bottomless here, so all of our Odd Eyes are now dead and banished. We're going to lure as well, meaning all of our Odd Eyes are banished now. That was a bit risky, Pendulum summoning too. A bit greedy of me. And Panther Dancer is now going to attack the Dante. And keep in mind, Panther Dancer can attack again. Oh, I think I forgot to activate the effect of this one. I forgot to activate the effect of that one over there, so we could have killed the Dante again, but we didn't. That was terrible. Anyway, we're going to summon that one from the grave. Destroy this, get another Odd Eyes Unicorn. And the TT here is actually pretty crucial. Can't be destroyed by card effects, so Panther Dancer lives. Now, Cat Dancer is here to activate the effect. Now we get the piercing damage, dude. Now we activate the effect. So we get attack the Dante twice and do about an extra 400 damage. There, and then 2100 here. Now we're pitching this to recover back a Blue Cat from the graveyard. And there we go, they're going to summon the Virgil. And oh, there's the BLS drop right there to kill our Lunalight Panther Dancer. We got a Solemn Strike set. And this guy is going to summon this one, but Ghost Ogre is going to stop it, kill it. So we can't really pop the back row anymore with the Solemn Strike anyway. So that's pretty much the victory for the BA player. On to the next game, we've got one against Kaiju with the random Maha Vilo tech and no extra deck tech. We start with a standard Sky Arc Lunalight play, so we summon a blue card, alpha blue card, search odd eyes, and we got the Lunalight Tiger with a search. Unfortunately, we don't have a poly, so Vision Recovery is kind of dead. We did set the Moonlight Reincarnation card, so we can search our poly searcher, which is the Black Sheep. Now, if this is destroyed, summon another one from the graveyard. And we have 2 back row, which is a Kaiju capture mission and a Mirror Force. Now this is when Rabbit puts in the work. With White Rabbit, we just bounce the 2 face down cards, so we can ensure an OTK play here. And we're gonna poly into Lunalight Cat Dancer and Vision Recovery back cards. And get another poly. And make a Panther Dancer, Pendulum Summon, Allies Pendulum Dragon, Sky Iris this back. And resurrect this card back, and we're gonna poly into the Leo Dancer, which is very good because it can just pop all special monsters in the field, including the Mahavile, including the Yugioh, and then 5k of this Mahavile with the Absolute Spare, and Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon is gonna attack, and this card can attack twice, so it just attacked twice, and the remaining 50 life points, and that was a game, and the OTK was there in the bag. And last game for today, we have one against Raid Raptors. They did the standard Raid Raptors Tribute Lanius into Mimicry, and then Fuzzy Lanius and get a card. They play Flastrix, so I believe they're playing the Satellite Cannon Falcon version. Let's set a card, Raid Raptor Return. Now we just pitch this, summon this, and now this card's going to bounce this back again. We're into Tenki, search a poly, and then poly up game. And there's the Witch putting in the work. This is poly, but the scale is not correct. Who cares? We don't have any pendulums anyway. And Lastrix is there to save the Forstrix, and what we're going to do is big out the Forstrix to deny the search for the next turn. They have Necro Vultures here, so they can search again with the egg. For some reason they didn't make Forstrix, because I think it's because they're scared of the big eye, they're taking it again. And now we're going to use Moonlight Tiger to summon back this thing. And we need Fusion Dagger in this, copying the Panther Dancer since we have enough Lunalight monsters. Then we just big eye this one. Let's Lastrix again. But this card, when it destroys a monster, it just destroys all special monsters. Lastrix is just going to be destroyed. And we attack for 3/6 again, second time. And Raid Raptor's got a place next turn, I believe. They make this guy, the Fuzzy Lanius, get the Nest, and make a Rise Falcon. So since they can't target this, they can't really take the attack of this, so they couldn't kill it that turn. And this card can only attack all special monsters, so the Necro Vulture wasn't Specialman, and they couldn't get it back, get destroyed by battle. And I believe it is scooped there because we use attack here and attack here. Oh, touch one. You can attack here, and attack for game anyway after that one. So there you have it. There's Moonlights, or Lunalights as they call it in OCG. I hope you enjoyed that. This one is coming in May, which is quite a while, so they might get new support that between the time frame from today until release. Anyway, comments and opinions, what do you think of the deck build? It's pretty interesting. Sky Race is really good engine in this deck, so you just pop and float and plus with it. Give us a like, and if you enjoy it, subscribe. Anyway, you can download the deck down below in the description. Last time I said comments, but it's description. You can download it as the YDK file. It's compatible with YGOPro. I'm not sure if it's compatible with Deck Pro, and it does use the TCG adjusted balance, not the OCG. Not the anime or whatever the fuck. Anyway, Jam AK Character 2 here. Hope you enjoy that. Lunalights here for you guys. Bye bye. Cheers.